Oh boy. Now, what is this again? Oh yeah. Yeah! Regular Show the Movie Round 2! Now, I stopped at the part where they were talking about making a volcano. How about I talk about the funny parts in the episode? Now, there's this part where Muscleman has to go to the bathroom, and then when he checks the ship, it's this weird toilet-looking thing. Instead, he goes in the bushes. And then we get the past Muscleman, and he wants to crash the ship in the crash pit. Yay, Return of the Crash Pit! Oh, I miss that thing so much. Anyways, back to the real stuff. Here's where it gets very interesting. After they make that volcano, then Mordecai and Rigby destroy the time machine. Well, Benson also destroys it as well. I don't know, it's just really funny. But then it turns out that there's another time machine that the guy, Mr. Ross has. He's like watching them, and this part really surprises me. I did not see it coming at all. But here's the shocking revelation. This includes major spoilers, so just like the original video, please click out now if you don't want to hear it. As in, after they destroy the time machine, they think that it's over, but it turns out it's not over. That there's still something wrong. And then Rigby's starting to act very suspicious, and Mordecai is wondering. But don't worry, the time warp thing is not the real spoiler. The real spoiler happens to past Rigby. So the past Rigby gets his letter from the College U, and it turns out that they rejected him, which is really sad. And another thing is Rigby's parents are disappointed about it, that they want to move him to a different school. He gets upset about that because he wants to be with Mordecai. They want to go to the same school together, and if he doesn't want to go to college, then neither should Mordecai. I don't know, there's just so much going on. It started off as a time traveling special, turns out to be more of like a memories past kind of thing as well. There's more happening than just time travel, and it's really intense and very emotional. Then he goes to the room and starts to tear up a lot of posters, and then he plays a video game called College U, the college for everybody. He gets really upset. And then he says, why should I go to college if I'm not with your best friend? And then he says, what if Mordecai got rejected too? Oh, that's where it goes bad. So he checks Mordecai's mail, and it turns out that he got accepted to the college, which gets him upset. And he actually retypes everything and forges it, just so he could stay with Mordecai. I mean, he put rejected on there. I know it's bad. He didn't mean to do that, but he only did that for one apparent reason. He just wanted to be with Mordecai. I never knew he could do anything like that. Now, I know he's done stuff like in the past, but this is the high school Rigby we're talking about. We're not talking about the Rigby we all know and love from the regular show of today. This is before they were adults. This was high school. Turns out, when Mordecai gets back, he's shocked to find out that he got rejected, and Rigby's feeling all sorry and guilty about it. Poor Mordecai. He's upset about it, and he studied really hard, and he's upset because Rigby got accepted to school and not him. However, they know the one thing they should do, and that's to finish that time machine. I could accept why they had to do that. I mean, there was a purpose. So that's why the Time NATO was created. Pretty cool plot twist if you ask me, right? Well, getting back on topic. Rigby then runs into Mr. Ross, and then he says that Rigby made a jerk move in forging Mordecai's letter, and that he also acted like a jerk because he ruined the game. Come on, haven't we gone through this already? It's fine. At least I know it's some kind of plot twist. Well, another plot twist. Guys, there's too many stuff going on. From the battles to the time travel, them going to the school, and stopping the high school Mordecai Rigby from making the time machine kind of thing. Well, yes, they have to wear the protective gear, but But, I don't know, if you people haven't seen this, what should I say? All I have to say is, if you really want to watch more of it, and if you haven't seen it, it's available on Google Play. But, when continuing on, there's another plot twist. And I gotta tell you, they're everywhere. The future Mordecai, you know, the one in the beginning, apparently he's at the school as well, along with Mr. Ross. And, he's telling them, well, Mr. Ross is telling them that their past selves are already taking care of the time machine, and then it creates a time-nado. So, not only that, it was actually an explosion. I don't know, they said it was some kind of mishap, but it was more like an explosion, more like a fail. But other than that, there's this huge battle going on. Again, another battle, except it's, very minor. It's just them fighting the guy and the future Mordecai. Yeah. A lot of fight scenes in this thing. But it turns out that, Rigby has to tell Mr. Ross about what he did, or else he'll shoot Mordecai to death. Man, how dark is this? This is horrible. This is not like the regular show I thought it was. I would say it's more darker than my made-up Jeremy movie, but that's another story. So then Rigby tells everyone to hear that, he got rejected from the college. And even the past Mordecai hears it, and then the past Rigby feels guilty about it. And then Mordecai says that he's been lying to him this whole time. Man, that's gotta hurt a lot. But I don't understand, even though Rigby told everybody, the Mr. Ross guy still wants to kill Mordecai. And just before he's killed, the future Mordecai saves him by jumping in the way. Great, the future Mordecai dies now? Man, how dark is this? This is way more darker than any episode of regular show. No wonder it was gonna be rated PG-13. Now I know why. It's so dark. Is J.J. Quintel gonna think that this is gonna give kids nightmares, or is it gonna scar them for life? It's like the regular show we've never seen. It's pretty awesome, though. Anyways, after the guy disappears, Mordecai is still upset with Rigby because, he says that he forged the signature, and man, Mordecai is so upset. Well, I don't really feel sorry for him, but it's because they're friends. It's no wonder they stay in that job. Even Mordecai says that he's the reason why he's stuck in that dead-end job. And then Rigby tells Mordecai that they're friends and that they didn't want to leave, and then Mordecai then says that you're not his friend, or you're not my friend. Man, it's pretty much, I don't know how to say this. It's just the tension between the two. It's really sad, and especially the song in the background. And then Rigby runs off into tears. Gosh, I don't know if this can be the last part, because there's so much I gotta say to this. Too many spoilers, too many tension moments, and too many heartbreaking moments. I didn't know regular show can go this far. I mean, I know they've gone far in the past with the love episodes, but this takes it to a whole new level. And not only that, the future Mordecai tells Mordecai that it's up to him to save the universe, and he dies as well. Well, before he says that, he did say that he was a bad person, and that he was working for the guy, but he soon regrets it, and says that he wants to be in heaven with Rigby playing video games. Man, even Mordecai is upset about that. Well, he's sad, and then the past Mordecai and Rigby say, dude, did we just die? And then Mordecai's like, yeah, we did. And then the past Rigby's like, let's get out of here. Dude, just run, get out of there. And then it cuts to the part where Rigby finds the spaceship and then goes off into space. And then when he tries to find fuel, he gets knocked unconscious. Well, it is pretty funny how he kicks his leg in the ship. It is like going, I don't know. It's just really funny. But seriously, guys, I don't think that's a good idea to put that in there. If you want to show Rigby being really sad and crying because of Mordecai saying that, then don't show humor going on. It doesn't, it's not going to help. I think there's going to be a part 3 to this because this isn't the last thing. I gotta mention more about this in part 3, so stay tuned. Continuing on with the rest of Regular Show the movie and its review. So the gang is apparently left all alone because Rigby took the ship, and then when Mordecai gets there, Benton tells him that Rigby was gone, and then Mordecai's like, good, we don't need him. And then they don't know how to stop Ross. Even Mordecai doesn't know how. And then they get a distress call from Jan, and they join forces to try and stop Ross. Father Time wakes up Rigby and tells him what's going on, and then Rigby feels sorry for what he did to Mordecai. And there was a word that he must say, which I just said, which is sorry, and Rigby wants to tell Mordecai that. Apparently the wrong time, because the entire universe is in jeopardy. And as for the appearances that were in the gang's team, that would be Tecmo, the Guardians of Eternal Youth. Yeah. Those are apparently the teammates on that team. Why would you pick that kind of team? I mean, I know that these people are coming back from various seasons. If anything, pick Chad and Jeremy. They're good with technology. Oh, yeah, that's right. They're not there anymore. It makes me cringe every time I think about that. Getting back on topic. Apparently Mordecai gets hit and then he crash lands into the Time-Nado Center, and then we see like a lot of running gags. He's crashing into a lot of things. Again, don't do humor. Mordecai's getting hurt. Well, okay, I think it was funny when he crashed into that restaurant, but still, don't do that. Mordecai is in pain. We don't want to laugh. Seriously, JG. Whatever, it doesn't last too long. Anyway, when Rigby sees that the ship is empty, he goes to find Mordecai, but apparently he's too late, seeing that Mordecai has been, I don't want to spoil this part, but he's about to get shot again by Mr. Ross, and then they apparently have the cure or a device that can stop the Time-Nado. So they start to battle each other, and I don't get it. He got hit by lasers, yet he's still alive. I guess the original can't die. Thank you! And so after another sequence of fighting, Ross is then about to defeat Rigby, and then Ross says, you know what it's like to ruin someone else's life? And Mordecai just looks at him, and then Rigby says he wants to make it right, and then he just knocks him over. And then he apologizes to Mordecai, and it's a heartwarming scene. Mordecai even gives this line saying that he has made mistakes before. Oh yeah, Mordecai, you made lots of mistakes. Killing your best friend, picking Skips over Rigby, refusing to do the job, sabotaging Jeremy and driving him out of Regular Show, refusing to change Rigby's name back, getting into the heat and being all stressed out and everything, pushing him out of the car and launcher rules. Mordecai, you have made tons of mistakes, but you're redeemed. And, now about the heartwarming scene, it is truly tearful, and it takes a lot of effect, too. Because, Rigby says to Mordecai that he was sorry for what he did, and that if he wouldn't have changed the letter, they would have gone back in time to make the Time-Nado. And that Mordecai was his only true friend, and he couldn't stand the fact of losing him. I mean, he held him back, ruined his life, and, yeah. And so, after Rigby apologized to Mordecai, he then says that he didn't ruin his life, that he may have made mistakes, but Mordecai's also made mistakes, and he would rather be stuck working at a park and being with Rigby. And it's just so amazing, and it's tearful, and it actually made me cry so much. Somebody pass the tissues. Yeah, it's a really heartwarming scene. So apparently Ross is still alive, and then they work together to defeat him, and finally the Time-Nado is destroyed. And everything's all back to normal. Well, sort of. Also, we see Frank and Margaret as cameos. And then the teacher guy is upset at the past Mordecai and Rigby because they destroyed the laboratory, and Mr. Ross is about to get arrested. But then Rigby apologizes to Mr. Ross, saying that he was sorry for ruining his game or whatever. And then Mr. Ross forgives him and says that he was going to plot a revenge on him, but he doesn't feel like doing it. But then the teacher was like, no, you're still going to jail! Yeah. And then the ending to this movie. Oh wow. The ending was great. It turns out that apparently they're gonna be late because they went to go get food, but it turns out they had the ship and they're gonna press time warp, and then Rigby gives us this last line saying, "We're never gonna be late again." And that is Regular Show the movie. The entire review. Parts 1 and 3. Now my thoughts on this movie, it was amazing. It was spectacular. Beat Sponge out of water, hands down. Heartwarming scene, some frightening scenes, and all other stuff. But the thing is, my only complaint is, it just doesn't feel like Regular Show. Some elements change. Nothing compresses, except the story is more complex, the movie's more dark, and the characters get more development, but it took us this long to see this. And these are spoilers. I'm really sorry if you guys haven't seen the movie and I spoiled everything. You still got a chance to watch it on Google Play and iTunes, PlayStation, Xbox, anywhere on digital. I'm just thinking that this movie did stuff that I thought they wouldn't do in regular show. I mean, the climax was really nice. It was set up really well and it was really supernatural. And there should only be one question. Now, this isn't about my made-up Jeremy the movie, but this might question a lot of you people. Should Steven Universe also have a movie?